All right, so this is gonna be me talking about The Little Mermaid, the newest Disney live action remake. This isn't the last trailer. I think there was a trailer after this one, but this is like the second one. Like the earlier one, all it was wasn't much to it. It was just the underwater stuff and Holly Bailey is Ariel. You get to see her and she's singing. So there wasn't much there. It was more of a teaser. So I think that might have been a teaser trailer. It had to have been because there's not much going on. But this one actually shows a little bit more of the story and the scenes and things like that, the different beats from the movie. So there's definitely more to talk about here, and I definitely got stuff to say. These Disney live action remakes, I don't like them. Right? I just gave Pinocchio a bad review just last year. I don't like them. Either they're way too similar, like this one seems to be, like Lion King and stuff like that, or it's just a mediocre, bad version of the original movie, and it's completely unnecessary, or it's so different that it doesn't feel like the same thing anymore anyway. So it's like, what's the point? And it's not going to be a better story than the original movie anyway. So once again, unnecessary. It's too it's too dark. That's the first thing I thought of, right? Like, it starts off the trailer at night, which is the shipwreck with the prince, and she saves him, but it still feels a little too dark. And then in the daytime, when like she's singing to him, she has him on the beach or on the shore, and it still looks too dark. It's like they live in a place that rains a lot, I guess, right? It's always cloudy because there's just very little sun. It seems like it feels a little muted when it comes to like color and light, and it's a complete contrast to the original movie, and people love that movie for that reason. So once again, feels unnecessary. But we get to see her underneath the water after that, swimming around with the fish. I like the way the underwater stuff looks. I like Ursula's grotto and things like that. I think it looks pretty good. CGI could be a little bit better, but this is a trailer. But the fish, you see Flounder, you see Sebastian a little bit later on, and they just look like CGI versions of real creatures, which real fish, which makes sense, I guess, because it's supposed to be in the real world or whatever. But it just once again makes these movies feel unnecessary. Those original movies were 2D. It's like Lion King. They were 2D for a reason. They needed to make the fish, or like in Lion King, the animals expressive. They needed to be characters. We need to get invested in them and what they have going on and things like that. And you're able to do that better when they can be expressive, when they can be exaggerated and things like that. And it just doesn't work here. It doesn't translate well here. And the CGI, that's where the CG looks the worst, I think, is with the the fish characters and Sebastian and things like that. So you just see her swimming around and things like that. She's singing part of your world, which I think sounds really good. I wasn't sure about her singing in the other trailer. This girl, she can sing. Like, I would listen to her sing these songs. She can legitimately sing. That's the best thing about this trailer, and will probably be the best thing about the movie. Unfortunately, though, her acting is not all that great. I think this is one of her first performances. I think somebody said that, and it kind of shows. But it might be the direction, though, because Javier Bardem was a great actor. He's also not that great in this, and he's so subdued. It feels like the character is just way too passive to the point of feeling bland. That's the main thing I could say with the human characters and their interactions, including the prince, is they just feel like a bland version of those original characters, especially with Trident, where they're just not really giving me much. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, I thought was baffling when it was announced, and I still think so. She's doing her best, I guess, Ursula impression. She even does the same line, and she's trying to do the laugh too, and it doesn't work. It feels like she's cosplaying to me, and then you get to see her tentacles at one point. That didn't look that great either. So even though I like her grotto, I think her grotto looks good. I guess when they're like deep in the water, especially when they're in the grotto, like you're in the villain's lair, I could see why it would be dark, right, for this kind of movie. Is the problem is it's dark. It's a little too dark for the entire thing. It doesn't feel like there's much life. But whatever, I guess that makes sense in the grotto. But yeah, Melissa McCarthy's not working. Is she gonna sing "Poor Unfortunate Souls"? That's the question I have, because that's something I definitely do not want to hear. I think that might be it. I mean, you get to see the kiss the girl moment, and with her and the prince on the boat. Even though they're not talking during that moment, obviously she's not, but they're not. He's not talking either in the trailer at that moment. It still kind of feels bland. They still feel bland, and it just doesn't match the original. Ask yourself, if you saw these movies, haven't seen the original, you saw these movies, would they have the same or even close to the same, impression on you? Right? Would they make the same impression? No, they wouldn't. Right? You maybe be like, oh, that was fine, and then move on. But yeah, they feel so pointless, and this feels pointless again as well. Like I said, Holly Bailey can really sing. It's unfortunate that she's getting all this backlash because I don't. Her race being changed, I already don't care. But her race being changed in this movie, I really don't care because it looks like it's going to be the exact same movie by design. So, of course, it's not going to change the movie in any way. So, why be upset? But anyway, she's not really doing much outside of the singing, but the singing is really good, and I haven't seen too much of her actual acting in these trailers. So, there's still more to be seen and to judge on her acting performance. But anyway, yeah, that's mainly what I got from this. It's a bland, forced, uh, mediocre, maybe even bad version of the original movie that nobody asked for, nobody wants, and it's just to make money. That's basically what it's seeming like right now. I feel like I'm gonna be saying the same stuff when it comes out. But anyway, yeah, that's my review for the official trailer or the second trailer, whatever, of The Little Mermaid 2023, and we're done.